Okay, 90 days out from the meet, max effort squat day, and with how I felt Thursday, I was a little bit worried when I woke up this morning because we were still feeling pretty fried. But I do feel at least pretty okay going through my general warm-up, so depending on how today goes, it'll let me know what we need to do programming-wise moving forward. Because if things are feeling at least workable today, albeit a little bit fatigue limited, all that tells me is I need to be a little bit more cautious with my top end loading on next week's max effort deadlifts. But if things feel so terrible today that it's a repeat of the squats 2 weeks ago, that's going to tell me that I probably do want to pull the trigger on dropping it down to one max effort day for the lower body per week. Sprayed the shit out of the sleeves with the anti-smelling spray, so I had a little bit more lubrication and they went on much easier. Still feels very tight, so I'll probably have to pull them down between sets so the legs don't go numb, but at least it didn't suck to put on. And the plan for today's max effort squat movement is I still do want to be a little bit load limited on squats. So what I'm thinking is we're going to see if we can make a high bar work half decently.
And if you're new to the channel, this is me documenting everything it has taken and everything it will take to go from ripping my pec off the bone and getting it reattached all the way to hitting my lifetime goals on the platform. So far, we came back from that pec tear in under 9 months to hit an all-time PR total, then started the process of losing over 100 pounds of body weight so that we can build back better, which is what we are working on right now. Not a whole lot of this has been fun or easy, but my hope is by sharing the journey, you will be able to learn something that will make you a better lifter, and more importantly, it will show you that no matter how tough a situation looks, as long as you don't quit on yourself, it will get better.
Pardon?
So my kingdom's for a pair of matching bands.
Oh.
It's okay, I'm just on quest.
Oh. When I'm done, I'll show you. Not sure if you saw him walking through the background, but Brace is here and he distracted me, so I lost my train of thought and forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, high bar today. Plan is to do as good as we can. If it feels like we can do at least decently good, well, we'll do good. If it does feel like it is going to be a repeat of the last Saturday squat catastrophe session, I think we're just going to cap it early, treat it like a deload, and then save the squat for next week on that single max effort day per week type dealio. And the big reason I wanted to run high bar today on a day that doesn't feel the best is it's been a freaking long while since I've pushed these, so I got zero expectations in terms of loading, which should hopefully make some smart decisions. Hopefully help me make some smart decisions. Can't talk, so might not be looking good. Plate feels pretty okay, so maybe I can be kind of optimistic. I mean, that was famous last words 2 weeks ago, so we're gonna meet with the expectations for now. And the only thing that kind of sucked about that one plate is setting brace tension before the pick with the high bar was a little bit weird, so I'm gonna try to do a bit better job for 2. Still feels pretty okay. Nana was telling me that my groove looked a little bit weird on the first rep, and I think the problem was I was a hair too narrow, so we'll nudge her out a bit for the next one. And belt on here for 3 just to make sure we know how to use the belt before we actually need it.
Yeah, perfect.
That's okay. Yeah. Still might have been a little bit narrow though, so I'm going to try nudging out a hair from there. Going yellow here to try to give myself a chance to take a conservative jump for the sake of figuring out the variation. Another thing I'm doing is with the high bar being on my traps being a little bit squishier than my low bar shelf, I am dropping the mono height down one hole because we added more weight. The pick's starting to feel a little bit high, so hopefully that helps clean things up a little bit more. Gonna have to go like 13 and 2 pumps to get the mono height right, but that did feel better. Another conservative jump with 515 here, and gonna try to wake up a little bit more for this set because I am not as good at high bar as I used to be, and I don't want it to move like shit. Sides on this one just because I don't trust myself 100% at this point in my life.
I trust you.
There was a lot of weeks in a row where I was passing out on squats.
Okay.
So.
Surprise naps, they're never fun.
It's not gotten fatter, it's gotten better, but.
Good.
What?
I think we're good for at least another one. And for reference, best ever high bar actually happened when Bryce was over at TSE squatting or helping me squat during one of my previous meet preps. Took 738 that day, which felt really freaking good. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near that today, so we'll go 565 for the next one. If it flies, we'll go 605, but not going to force it if it feels like it's not gonna be a good call. So, a little more wake up for this one.
What?
I think we're going 605. And to clean this one up a little bit, got to be a touch more patient off of the pick to make sure my butt cheeks are squeezed nice and hard so I'm not all wiggly wobbly after the unrack. So we're going to do that. And because this is a little bit heavier than the last one, in addition to being more precise in the pick, gonna try to wake up a little bit more yet. You're in. Woo! That was adequate effort for today.
Yeah. Speed stayed about the same.
Yeah, yeah. Disappointing, but good enough.
Hey man, you like you said, you came back and started squatting what? How long ago? Or like since you've been putting weight back on and it's now feeling semi-normal. You're like regaining the skill.
Yeah.
You have what, like a couple squats?
Yeah, like two that went decent.
Yeah.
So
if this
we're
one,
okay.
if you can look at this and be like, that was decent.
Yeah.
Then you got three
yeah.
that were decent, right?
Yeah.
You just stack them up and
Yeah.
it
So.
turns into something.
And I mean, happy with how it moved. Not super happy with the number. And like, it's another case of I probably could go up, but knowing how I felt this morning, knowing how I felt after Wednesday's pulls, I think the smartest call is going to leave it there. Like when I still have some juice left in the tank, go crank on half squats. And I think that today being this like middle ground of not great but okay tells me that I still can keep the 2 max effort slots for lower body per week. So still the max effort dead on Wednesday, still the max effort squat on Saturday, but I will probably need to keep a little bit more in the tank than I have been on the deadlifts, just so I don't dig myself into a deeper hole than we're in today. But that is a Wednesday Seth problem, so we're gonna go crank some hacks. Joel's back and has a man bun, if anyone's wondering what he's been up to.
Man bun's back.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Joel cameo, but we are going to be running a similar plan here to most of our accessories this week on the hack squat. So instead of trying to progress load, we're going to see if we can progress reps with 4 plates, but we got to see how 2 plates feels before we decide what we're doing with 4. So I'll shut up and go. We got to drop that down. Got to remember to put the headpiece up too next one. I'm fine for now, or if you really want to get it. Tyler's so nice. Oh,
There we go.
perfect. Definitely good for 3. And I guess the job now is to make 3 feel not terrible enough that we can go 4. So let's wake up a little bit for this one. Can tell the quads are a little bit tired after the hack squats, but I think we can get 4 a decent crank. Did I say I can tell the quads are tired from the hack squats? I meant to say quads are tired from the high bars and the hack squats are feeling a little bit stickier than I love, but yeah, we're gonna put 4 on and give it at least a half decent crank. And like with how I am feeling right now, I really don't want to do this right now, but it is only one top work set, so we'll suck it up. Definitely lost count there after 3, so I really hope that was more reps than last week. But yeah, okay with the effort level. Now I just gotta get out of the machine without falling over. Fuck. That was dangerous. I think I did 10 last week.
I think it was about 10, maybe 11.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Watch the tape back, got 12, so pretty okay with that for how I felt today. So we're gonna go and can't think leg curls, leg curls. We're gonna go in leg curl. That's what we're doing. Cause yeah, we are doing leg curls and like maybe I probably should be running a harder hamstring slot again. Oh, gotta hold on. There we go. But deadlifts are feeling hella strong in regards to what my hamstrings are doing. So until the time comes that stops happening, we're gonna jam on this guy, make it nice and squeezy, and like if my deadlift mid-range starts to feel like it's falling off, we'll introduce the GHR or Nordic again. But I think for now, running something that's gonna be a little bit less systemically hard will not be a bad idea with my inability to string good training weeks back to back right now. Probably should have put more weight on the stacks. I don't have to do 10 million reps, but we'll finish this one out before we go up. And that is a hamstring pump. And to reduce the number of reps we have to do, we're gonna take a little bit of an aggressive jump. Hopefully doesn't bite me in the ass, but we shall find out. Making sure she's in the right hole this time. This machine feels so good. Like, I don't think I've ever connected to a leg curl this well. It's just like giant squeeze. Yeah. Oh. Oh. And at this point, I'm thinking this guy is officially the Sunday row option, and I'm really hoping that doing some rows takes blood out of my rectors and puts them in my lats again, because the back bump is quite brutal. I mean, the better solution is probably going to be to tell Justin that I want less food again, but I also don't want to be the guy that asks for less food over and over again. So, yeah. And went a little bit lighter than we did last week on this guy, just because last week probably was a bit too sloppy and trying to embrace the squeezy squeeze. Feels good. Back bump still kicking very aggressively, so hopefully it calms down. What is so funny about how I feel right now is when I was just a fat guy eating like nothing but pure shit to be fat, I didn't feel this bad. Like the pumps weren't as crazy, but doing it on clean food, I don't know why, but I guess it's probably because the clean food is being more readily used as stuff or something. But brain broken, gonna get into set 2. Back pump might have let off a little bit that set, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with this, but gonna save her sitting here for a little bit because the next thing on the exercise list I really don't want to do right now, because we are running reverse hypers again today with some medium loading because I don't want to roast myself too hard. like, as much as I hate doing these, I know how good they do for my deadlift lockout, so we're gonna suck it up and keep doing it. And yeah, some West Sidey dorks do like to get upset about how I run these, but with what I'm trying to get out of them is that hip extension strength. I'm trying to keep it strict, keep it in the butt cheeks, and it's doing what I want it to do. So we're gonna crank on another one. Glutes and back, quite pumped. And with running the spread eagle sit-ups with my feet anchored under the actual sit-up machine last week, seeming a little bit dangerous. Almost got my foot pinched off. We're gonna try band of the GHR and seeing if we can do half decent here. A little bit nervous that this is gonna be a lot of band tension. Ooh. This time I'm gonna die. Okay, dismount. Felt good other than the panic of it getting hard and me not knowing if I could get myself out of the band in time. Well, probably grab Miana to spot me for the next one. Basically pick it up and put it on my head, then help me get it off. Round 2 with my lovely assistant, which I'm honestly a little bit nervous for because if Miana did want to kill me, she could use this as her prime opportunity.
Got it?
Yep. Woo. One more. Okay, grab the band.
Huh?
Grab the band.
Why'd you only do 7?
Because it's fucking hard. Feels like my abs are going to rip off.
No.
Almost ended up worse than the first one, but we survived. And I'm not going to say that I'm stoked with how the high bar went because in the big picture, 605 on high bar, not very good for where I want to be right now. But for the first high bar touch, considering that I was feeling a little bit flat, it's at least going to be something that I know that the next time we bring high bar in, we should be able to progress it more than a little bit decently. And when we do come back to high bar in probably another 3-4 weeks, the goal is going to be to do significantly better than we did today. And if we do better than we did today, it still probably isn't going to be anywhere near PR territory. But if it is a step in the right direction, that means that we are going to be on the right track. And that is all we need to be doing as we're rotating through these variations is each time we revisit them, do a little bit better. And the trick is going to be having enough variations in the picture that we can find that progress without smashing ourselves. So I think the plan next week for squats is going to be to run some sort of comp squat. Plan for pulls is going to be to run some sort of comp pull. And by some sort, I mean, I'm probably going to put a little bit of accommodating resistance on it just so it isn't a full-on comp lift and I can kind of not get in my head because it's not going to be super duper heavy, I don't think, at this point. But that is the plan for moving forward. And I think as far as the layout goes, with me feeling a little bit flat on Thursday, with me feeling a little bit flat today, what I think I am going to do is, number one, make sure I'm not being too aggressive with the deadlift loading on the max effort pull slot. And number two, on that deadlift day, I'm probably going to pull out the ridiculously heavy leg press for either a little bit easier leg press setup, or I think probably the smarter idea will be just to do some juicy, pumpy ATG split squats. So I'm probably going to do some juicy, pumpy ATG split squats. That will probably be better for the knees, hips, overall situation than a leg press anyways, especially if I'm not going to be loading it super heavy. So that is what we're going to do. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Have a good rest of your night, and I will see you in the team.